Today, the city of St. Charles launched an independent investigation into water contamination at multiple well sites. It was just a week ago that the EPA wrapped up its own investigation into the issue. 5 on your side's Holden Kurwicki spent the day with public works officials. And Holden, the big question, is the water in St. Charles safe?
It is, and despite the contamination, the EPA and the DNR have both given St. Charles the go-ahead to actually mix down that contaminated water to a safe level. But the director of Public Works told me today that that's not even an option that he would consider, and here's why.
The city of St. Charles residents and customers all deserve clean water.
It's a goal St. Charles Utility Supervisor Jim Phillips says his department reaches on a daily basis.
We've never detected anything coming out of the treatment plant, which goes out to our customers.
However, in the last calendar year, the city has had to temporarily shutter 5 of their 7 pump sites as contaminants seeped into the water supply.
We feel like the contaminants are not contained within the substation site like they may have been in the past.
After an outpouring of concern from the community, the EPA recently took samples of the site, but Public Works Director Nick Galla is concerned they didn't go far enough.
We feel like it really was narrowly focused and not really representative of the entire well field. The site's changing and those contaminants are migrating, so we feel like more needs to be done.
That's why St. Charles is taking things a step farther by installing 26 permanent monitoring wells at 13 locations.
We're being overprotective. We're working to address the contamination and be able to define where it's moving and how it's moving. At the same time, we're looking at temporary treatment processes at the water treatment plant that can effectively remove these contaminants.
Since city leaders believe a nearby Ameren substation to be the source of the contamination, they want the company to pick up the tab for any fix. But in a statement, a company spokesperson told me until the EPA-led investigation is complete, the source is unclear and appropriate steps cannot be determined.
We're really trying to hold the polluters accountable to cleaning up their contamination so that we can ensure that we have safe drinking water now and into the future without concern.
The EPA will be holding a public forum February 23rd to update the public on the status of its investigation and answer any questions that you might have. You can find the details about that meeting as well as Ameren's full statement on this situation on KSDK.com in the As Seen on TV section. Mike?